Sweet.
Can I ask a question while you're doing that? Now, all of these
Please.
primers and things that you can do, as you mentioned, is that settable and forgettable, meaning it's automatic? You don't need to engage it personally?
It is.
Excellent.
We can do one of two things, and I'll show you those features.
Excellent.
We can do one of two things. We can do a fully automated, randomly choose from a persona or a voice to make the offer in, randomly choose the offer for that campaign and just make the offer. We can do a semi-automated where it does the best chance it can at matching, but either the system's not really sure because the lead might not have been a high enough score where we're confident that this is really a good offer for that lead, or possibly the user of the system wants to tailor the responses a little bit more before they go out. So it can be semi-automated as well. It's either way. So what I've done is just sent out a sample tweet here. And these can take anywhere from, a minute to 5 to show up. What I'm doing now is I'm switching over to our Stifter product. And what you're looking at here is the number of campaigns we have configured. These campaigns have a number of keywords that we're looking at. In fact, if I pop into the configuration of one, you can see we have a campaign model that has to do with how it scores and matches. We have a minimum score for automation. So, for example, I could say if the score is over 95%, enable, go ahead and just respond. That's where the automation comes in. And then we have a number of products that we've created here. This happens to be just a campaign with one product for the skate in Las Vegas. What we have here is a graphical depiction of the volume of tweets that are coming in for this campaign. Okay, total tweets, originals, and retweets. And you can see that for each of the campaigns that we have running. Right now we're running Las Vegas and Miami for this particular account. If I pop into here, there's that tweet I just made. You can see it came in 4:07 our time. It's got a confidence score of about 85%, but that's a good lead. It does learn over time at a number of levels. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I go ahead and respond to this lead, it's going to add that to our training model and say, hey, this combination of words in this format with this sentiment, that's a good lead. And so it'll use that data point the next time it's looking at a lead to determine is it a good lead or not. And again, it's not just as simple as matching a sentence. We're using some statistical analysis there. On the other hand, if I was to come here and say, this is a bad lead, let's say, that's training the system that, hey, that's actually a bad lead, so now it's categorizing good or bad. We have only about 1,000 data points in the model right now. It's doing a pretty good job, but it seems to be getting better and better over time. We're going to go ahead and respond to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and respond. I'll respond as Monica Hayes, and I'm going to send this offer. This is just a generic kind of test offer here. So I'll go ahead and click that. I can come in here and personalize it if I want, however we want. Okay, put in a link for where we want to go. These are all configured as part of the product, and I can go ahead and send a response.
All right. So this response can be set to be automatic, so that you don't have to actually intervene at any time.
Absolutely right. That's what that feature is over here.
Yeah.
Where I can set a minimum score, enable it for automation, and just let it run. Awesome. In the case that I have multiple products or I have multiple personas, as you saw there, it will you can do some things like randomly select the persona, randomly select the product, or very shortly here it'll be able to match the response to the user based on what they asked for and what our training model says is the best response. If I come back over here. I just did a refresh, and notice I have a notification, and there's my response. You can see from Monica, hey Joe, and it just came in here.
So the booking is just via a hashtag.
I'm sorry?
The booking to get to the property and make a booking is via a hashtag link.
Oh, that Bitly link.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a Bitly link. So if I click on that Bitly link, you notice it takes me over there.
Okay.
Now notice that it's got a response ID on it, so it's tokenized. So when we look at the dashboard, which we will in a moment here, we'll see that it knows that OC Joe is the one who actually clicked on that link. And came over here.
Is this your booking engine now we're looking at?
This is just a landing page around that offer. We have a number of different ways we can do things with booking engines. So, for example, I'll just choose a date there and click check dates. That takes us over to our booking engine.
Right.
Okay. Likewise, we have, if you look at, let's go to the beacon real quick here. Here's a landing page for the beacon. If you choose a date for them, I believe this is the right landing page. That actually deep links us right into the properties on booking engine.
Right.
Right into that special, the Miami Celebrate in Style special. So we can go to our booking engine in the case that we're just going after a generic hotel who may or may not be a customer. We have full access to Pegasus, so we can just get a property off Pegasus, use the rack rate. Or we can go direct to the property, deep link them right into the page of the booking engine that they're interested in. Okay?
Right.
So that's how that works. If we look at the dashboard, this is the first screen as you log in. You can see a number of things here. You can see the campaigns that are active in the last, we're looking at 30 days here. You can see the number of leads that came in, the number of responses that were sent, the type of number of clicks or click-throughs that we're getting. So 40%, 81%, this is real data, live data. You can see these two just started, which is why there's pretty much no activity there. You get a snapshot of the recent dialogue. Not sure why that's odd. That should have my recent dialogue, and there it is. Photo tells that I stay in Vegas, and Monica Hayes responded with that. Here's some other responses that were going on. You can see booking revenue. This is part of our analytics. I don't know what's going on here, but this is part of our analytics package. We've got a script that you can put into your own booking engine. So, for example, the Beacon, they actually have our script embedded in their booking pages. It gives us full visibility into both scraping out guest names as they're going through the process, understanding what they're doing as far as clicking on rooms, availability, actual checkout, what they're spending. All of that is gathered, as well as how they got to the site. So even if they didn't come through the connector, they're coming through, let's say, a Google ad, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That link through is all shown in Track. So we can show by channel how they're performing. But most interesting is this here. You can see, remember OC Joe was clicking around. If I click on that, I can see OC Joe, our first test was about a month ago. 3 minutes ago, he visited that. What he was offered and where he went. I mean, there's some history here as well. Let me go find a different record that's a little more interesting than sample data. You can see here that people are entering their payment info, but not actually checking out. Here's somebody that checked out. When the contract was acquired, she selected a room. We actually have more granular data than this behind the scenes. We know what room she selected. We know what date she selected. We know where she's from, of course. She entered her payment and booked a room. Her email and all the other detail is selected. This is her Twitter name, which is blank, which is why it's just an @ symbol. But again, all that data for all the visitors to the site is collected and stored.
Wow.
and can be used again for remarketing. So like Dale Duncan, okay, he did book a room. Let's see here. This person's trying to make a buy decision. They were a client, they selected a room, they did payment info, then they did another room, payment. They keep selecting rooms and payment info, but they're not checking out.
Yeah.
They're very interested. This is an opportunity where we can go and pull a report, show more data here about what dates they're looking for, what price ranges, what they're experimenting with. Send them a follow-up email, not only that says, hey, we'd really love to have you stay with us, but actually include their shopping cart right within the email. So we're not just driving them to another landing page or the booking engine to choose dates. We're actually giving them an opportunity to convert on what they've already got in their cart, if that's what they prefer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's three of the products right there. So we've got the social sifting. We've got the booking engine, the dashboard. We've got the analytics that will collect all this data from anybody's booking engine, not just our own. That's important there. This is compatible with any booking engine. So in fact, we'll be going into Synexus in March, be integrated into the Synexus booking engine. We're excited about that. We have the landing pages there, of course, we showed you. And we're just in the process of building out more and more features on this dashboard here.
All right, no, it's a pretty smart product. I like it.
Yeah.
So
we're pretty excited about it.
With the integration with the lots, so that's still feeding your booking engine. Is that still live?
The integration with the lots feeds our booking engine. That's correct. So any customer that we would have through the allot channel for us, come through that way to our booking engine. That's what we've transitioned from. This ability to work with anybody's booking engine.
Yes,
is what really opens things up for us. Because the truth is, travelers, as you know, 8 out of 10 don't book when they first see an offer. So we saw a lot of churn where folks we're getting a tremendous click-through rate. They get our offer, they'd go look around, but they just weren't converting. Very rare were they converting. And the reason was if they're leaving, they're going to either Expedia or more likely to the hotel's own property instead of using a third-party booking engine that they're really not that familiar with.
Yeah, no, that's normal. The look-to-book ratio is up nearly 1.8 million to 1 or something now. It's ridiculous. It's gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got to do remarketing.
Let's get out of the booking engine business. Sure, we'll have it as a product if we need it. But our preference is let's drive people direct to their own booking engine. So whatever their home booking engine is on their site, like Beacon is using ResTrip, I believe it is. Boom, we integrate with that. Synexus, integrate with that.
Excellent.
Your booking engine, just pop our script in there and we can pull all these deep analytics as well.
All right, because a lot of properties don't use our booking engine, they use our channel management. So there's going to be opportunity for you to integrate with their booking engines too, like SmartSoft, for example.
Right, and that makes it interesting because then we're pulling information not just about the bookings that are coming through, a lot for them, but everything is coming to their site. So now you have all the, what types of offers are actually selling, what are the prices. So you're getting all that data that you can now use for your own offers.
Yeah, it's excellent. Well, we don't sell direct anyway, so it's of no consequence to us. Certainly useful for them as well, to gather that data, see what point they're losing a potential booking in the booking process. That's all useful data.
Yeah.
It can be down to
and then of course we've got we've got, Facebook. This is the TI. You can book on their site right within Facebook.
Okay, that's what was interesting for me. Now that's your own booking engine. Yeah.
That's our own booking engine right there.
Yeah, so you always use your own booking engine for every customer possible? Certainly from within.
It depends. It depends because some customers, as you know, we go through Pegasus. And unless the customer's already on Pegasus, them going through and jumping through the hoops to get us the rates for the special offers that we want to provide creates a lot of work on their end.
Okay.
And, a lot of times they see this, the whole thing is that it's automated, it's going to save them time, but if you're doing, and everybody wants it right away because it gives them a way to manage their social media, but now they have to go create rate plans with special offers just for us, and it's a separate system. It creates hoops for them to jump through.
Right.
So we
within a lot,
to have it go through our booking engine.
Okay. One of the things that's of interest is a lot can feed this automatically. Once it's set up then they can create an offer specifically for the connector as a channel.
Okay.
And that can remain. So my question is, can our users feed Facebook via your booking engine like this without going through Pegasus?
So let me just understand that. So they've got rates and availability in the lot, feeded to us, and we present it in our booking engine. Yeah.
We have. There's actually some extensions coming on our XML that we can add, which will allow for rate plans, multi-room booking, all that sort of thing. We have that token system as well, which you can take advantage of for passing credit card data back. It's in our booking engine and will be available for you to use through this as well.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Well, that was the question, because the fact that you can engage them from within Facebook without knowing a new page is important, because that's a very viable method of doing it. So they don't feel like they're being driven off to another site to go and look at something. They can see it all within their Facebook screen as a moment. That's perfect.
Yeah, and honestly, even with TI, you notice they really haven't done a call to action here yet. Now that Facebook supports call to action, we're kind of down here below the fold, and we still get bookings. Even though nothing's highlighted about booking through Facebook, they still work because it's just right there. It's convenient, and it lends itself very well to recommendations from friends. We have a technology that on checkout or with a touch via email, for example, you can say, hey, this is a good offer. I'm going to recommend it to my friends. Well, anybody that books because of your recommendation, or if they re-recommend it and it goes down the tree, so to speak, you get rewarded by the hotel. It could be, somebody else books, you get a free night. Could be a free meal, free drinks, whatever the hotel wants to make as part of that incentive. Absolutely.
Now,
all of that is tracked and managed.
Can this be managed from within someone else's chat, not just on the Treasure Island site page? So if someone's chatting about something, are you able to drop something into that chat as a user, and it can open this same process within someone else's chat?
Yes.
Beautiful.
If we have a connection, Facebook is all permission-based, right?
Yes.
So you have to have some kind of connection to them. They either have to like your page, so we have 221,000 that like this, or you have to be connected as a friend, customer, what have you. What the sister we're testing right now, you saw those. Let me show you real quick here. We'll get back over there so you can see it. You saw when we were doing the response that we're able to select a persona.
Yeah.
Well, imagine these personas are also Facebook accounts. They could be made-up Facebook accounts. They could be a Facebook account for your hotel brand or your hotel concierge who's got his own book of, VIP guests.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you got 3 concierges that have different books. Now all of a sudden you can manage that all from one interface. It's doing Twitter, it's doing LinkedIn, it's doing your team email. All of those managed from one interface and whatever voice you need to use. Concierge, Monica Hayes, Marty's friends list, whatever it is, you can communicate in that voice to the people that they're connected to.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, there's some great value in this for using social media effectively for booking. That's great.
Certainly, and it's more intelligent than what I'm showing you here. In fact, it'll do things such as what we've found to improve engagement. It's not just find somebody who's demonstrating an intent to buy and just making them an offer. What we'll do is we'll like their post. We will make an offer or a recommendation, and then one of the other personas the next day or a few hours later will go comment again. Oh, I love Tropicana. They have a great pool. So you start getting a dialogue where they'll do a retweet of the person's tweet, which appeals to people's own, personality that, I did something that somebody actually thought was valuable enough to retweet. It creates the engagement, creates the dialogue. We started doing that about a week or 2 ago, and we saw our click-throughs. We used to do anywhere from 20 to 30% click-through rate. As soon as we did that, the rate went well over 50. So we're in the process of adding those behaviors. Well, we're adding those behaviors to the automation process. So it won't just get a high-scoring lead to respond. It'll actually do these other behaviors throughout the day as well, liking tweets, retweeting, following. So, for example, let's say I don't make an offer at all. I see somebody that's asking for advice. So I go like it, and then I follow them. And then a few hours later, they follow me back. So now there's almost a little bit of trust there. Now I'm making the offer in a very friendly, informal way. That, hey, here's a great one-on-one offer. I know somebody, whatever. Here you go. And it's a much more trusted recommendation.
And what's now the lead time in for a hotel user? They have to get their head around setting this up. So initially, there were a series of questions, finding keywords and all that sort of thing. Are you pushing it back to them to set this up themselves, or are you giving some assistance?
No, that's what's great about it. Right now, we're doing it for them. We're just taking a piece of every sale. Every time there's a booking, we get a commission.
Absolutely, that's the whole role.
Right, and it's much less than what they pay in OTA. So we're saying to them, hey, it works much better if it's a deal they can't get anywhere else. So give us a special deal, but don't worry, you're still going to make more money than what you're making margin-wise from your OTA.
Absolutely.
And we'll run the whole thing. What will happen here shortly is that it'll transition where we'll offer that package. Or, for example, we're working with the Tropicana in Las Vegas. They have a well-oiled social media machine already. They've got a department, and they would love to manage this themselves. No problem. We're already running campaigns for them. We'll teach them and certify them on how this all works and what the best practices are, and let them go with it.
Right.
So when we're talking to anybody, it's the easiest sell ever at this point, because to go to whether it's a small chain or a boutique, all we ask them to do is take this little script and put it in their booking engine. And if they've ever added a Google Analytics script to their booking engine, it's exactly the same. It's no different. That's all we ask them to do. And then we ask them to just give us guidelines on how they want their brand presented, if they have any style guides. We ask them if they have any specific times that they're trying to fill bookings for. In Vegas, it's kind of the dead time between spring break and the March Madness, which is a huge month-long college basketball tournament that's just getting ready to start here. It gets real quiet in Vegas. So we're finding our Vegas customers want us to do campaigns that'll help put heads in beds during that time period. So we just ask them that kind of basic info, but honestly, we can implement and be running by tomorrow if you tell me today, here's the offer we want you guys to make. It's that easy.
All right. I mean, the interest for us, of course, is the fact that you appear as a channel within a lots. We can, and the user can create a special offer, if you like, within a lots one time, and it's very simple for them to vary or change that. And it can be unique to you, they can be separated, and that gives you your special offer. And if they use the lots, it's fed automatically, along with everything else. So that interests us a lot. It looks great. Most impressive. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think it's really becoming more important. People are looking for something like this because I guess, like you said, it's another channel and it's a low-cost channel, so people are looking for that alternative. Plus the value of remarketing and understanding that people aren't going to buy generally when they come to your website the first time. You have to re-engage them. So that's what this does as well. So just in terms of the booking engine, is this, if they're a client of lots, does that mean they use your booking engine on their site too, or they're able to do that?
That was an earlier question, Ben.
They are if they like.
Beg your pardon?
They can do either. They can use our booking engine or their own.
And I like the fact that it's within Facebook, though.
Yeah.
So that there's no leaving Facebook to do this booking.
Yeah.
So, that to me is a very strong selling point. They don't feel like they're being redirected and, marketed to.
Yeah.
Feel, it's something that's within Facebook. It feels familiar. I think that's a great feature. I'd be pushing for that to be there as much as possible.
Yeah, and the other piece is
so for each
responsive, so it'll work in a browser on your phone as well.
Yeah.
So for each client that signs up, did I hear it correctly? You're saying you manage the booking, or do they set it up themselves, or?
We're setting it up for them right now. The only thing we ask them to do is put our JavaScript tags into their, if they're using landing pages or their website or their own booking engine, we ask them to add that.
Okay, so in terms of like the Facebook page, that just becomes another tab on their Facebook page, does it?
Yeah, on the Facebook page, like this, it really is just right. This is the way the Treasure Island's implemented it. They put a book now down here.
Right.
I'm an administrator on Treasure Island's page, which is why it looks that way. But you see this call to action button?
Yeah.
That could be a button that says book now.
Right.
And it would have the same effect here, where it takes you right to the booking engine.
Yeah, or check availability or something.
Yeah. So you see the screen more.
So what they're saying there, Ben, is that there's a script, much like Google Analytics, that you could drop into the description area of your own, let's say Bookalots, for example. Drop that script into the property description in Bookalots, and or the room type or whatever it may be, and that will allow them to track activity through our booking engine to that hotel as well and report on.
Right.
Yep.
That's the purpose. So that's what they're saying is it's compatible with any booking engine. So they can drive it to...
Correct.
All they need to do is drop that script in and they can then drive business to any booking engine.
So I guess the $1 million question is, once rates are adjusted through all lots, does it update Kaptivating's booking engine as well?
It will, if that's on. It depends on... You have the opportunity to switch that on or off. So if you want to have yielding going on,
will it update?
Adjust that one too. It's the same message. It's another channel.
Okay. Cool. Well,
and allocations can be varied or allocate all.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's an awesome. I like the whole package solution. It's nice. I'd like to see this tested and rolled out with some of our customers. Which I think we've got.
We're happy to do it. It's ready.
Yeah, well, you have already had several inquiries from some of our customers that are ready to try this out. So they just need re-engaging by you guys.
Yeah.
I think Dave has.
Yeah. I think there's probably a little bit of work to do just to confirm the integration and make sure that that's still flowing correctly, because there's been so much change to our code base over the last 6 months.
Right, and you will find that there will be some inconsistencies.
Correct, I'm sure of it. So, a little bit of time just to sort those out, recertify that everything's working correctly. And
Anthony's great for that too. Our guy that does most of the testing. So even though his English is not brilliant, he's got an awesome test harness there, and he does good work.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening too?
Dave does most of our testing. Dave does most of our testing, and I can't understand what the heck he's saying most of the time either.
You're going to also. We're actually just starting work on extending our own OTA compliant XML, which you're using, to make it a universal bidirectional, so it'll connect to anything. That's happening. That's the next development step that we're doing. So that's going to be able to be connected to PMSs rather than have an XML for each. There's going to be one universal. So that's coming, and it'll support.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. So you're going to have some more messages you can add for that. So that things like credit card data and so forth. So push and pull. It'll be able to do both. So we're excited about that. It's coming shortly.
Cool.
So there'll be some just additional messages to add to your current XML. So that's all that needs to be done. All right. It's still, what you have now works fine, but we'll give you more functionality and support for what you're doing too, which is great. All right.
Yeah, we've learned a lot since that first version, so there's probably some things we'll certainly make use of that we weren't before.